Hello, and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast where my friends and I play for our own enjoyment. We're not professionals, we're not amazing gamers, we just like playing and hope you'll enjoy our campaign as well. This content is intended for mature audiences, so for any of your younger folks out there, please be advised. And with that, welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss. Okay, we're recording. So,
Those cats, they'll get you. Let me tell you.
You better not piss him off any more than he already is.
I'll cut out
He might be
all that.
scared
It's
for
fine.
battles.
It's fine. So, welcome everyone. As you can see, I don't have a fucking camera, but it's fine. We've had some technical difficulties today. Where we last left off our adventurers was them going to the town of Goldrun, where they were instructed by the inventor Malachi Winder in order to solve some problems that were happening at the mine in the mountainous area of Goldrun. And what happened was they passed by a prison escort, and one of the prisoners seemed to know who Primrose was, and seemed to have a connection with her elder brother, a man who had been serving a year-long sentence, but has not been seen for about 10 years, and was apparently at Goldrun for some unspecified reason, connected to the prisoners somehow mining at that area. They arrived at Goldrun and met up with a kobold named Zeef, who is connected with Malachi's side of the mining operations. There are other companies, other interests that are mining away as well, and they were told that something has been attacking the miners. Currently, there are 3 miners who were killed by whatever is going on down there, but this has been a recent development that they've been assessing. I believe where we last left off, Primrose was going with Auran to essentially scope out what the Bulwark side of things are doing, who was in charge of the prison division. So, let's pick up with those two. What are you two doing?
All right, we're headed to the prison records place, basically, right?
Yeah, so basically, to give you kind of an idea of how this town is set up, it's very much like a company town, mining town, but each sort of area is sort of split up into different sections of based on who's mining where. Like there's a part for the Bulwark, there's a part for the Malachi, there's other like parties and interests that are sectioned off. You'd be heading towards the Bulwark area, which is sort of where the prison workers are mostly sent and kept and housed.
Okay. I guess, we don't have any... We decided to go in not affiliated with the Bulwark, correct?
Yes, because Brenin and Odavius are not with you.
Cool.
Primrose, remind me, what is our goal again?
I want to see Lotus's booking history, if you will. At least that's my goal. I don't know what exactly we're doing for Malachi in this, but I'd like to see the movement of the prisoners, specifically of one. See how long he was here, where he was sent, where he came from.
Very well.
All right.
What does the Bulwark headquarters here look like?
So it is, you basically go and you find a bunch of wooden shacks, and there is sort of a main large shack made up of like probably the cheapest wood that they could find. You see a lot of prisoners who are sort of manacled to a line in a very, old-fashioned mining prison escape movie. Think, I was going to say Good Will Hunting, but that's not it. What's the movie with Morgan Freeman?
There's lots of those.
God damn it. All right.
Shank Redemption?
Yeah, that one. Don't they have a mining scene, I think, in that one where they're all kind of lined up in a line, connected by chain. And there are wardens around. You see bulwark members atop horses, and all the wardens you notice seem to be coming out of this larger shack and kind of taking shifts, going back and forth between this area. So
Cool.
the larger shack seems to be the headquarters for them.
I will stride confidently towards the larger shack.
Okay, you stride confidently towards the larger shack. As you begin approaching, Auran, I should ask, what are you going with her? Are you hanging back?
How is it guarded? Are the doors guarded? What does this look like?
There are 2 guards set at the door, but there are, bulwark members. They don't appear to be like heavily armored, but they do have weaponry on them. At most, in terms of armor, you see maybe some like chain mail here and there, but not much. So there's 2 guards in front. So would you like to go with her or no?
Perhaps I can remain nearby, and you can signal me if you're not getting anywhere diplomatically, and I can try a different solution.
Sounds good to me.
So I'll like kind of break off and kind of linger to where I can barely hear the conversation, but I want to be kind of near the building.
Okay. Primrose, as you approach, you see, a woman and a man. The woman is a elf and the man is a dwarf, and they're guarding the door. Woman steps out and asks, "Excuse me, can I help
Yeah.
you?"
Yes, Zeeth sent me over. We are working with Malachi, and we're here to investigate that problem. Yeah, you all seem to be having in the mines, and I was told I could find some potential information here.
Well, we can talk to you about the attacks that are happening. I can tell you,
Yes.
currently there appears to be some reptilian creature that we've been dealing with, but the strangest ones have been prisoners talking about lights being down in the caves in the deeper sections. And
Interesting.
seems like those who were killed, were very attracted to these lights and began moving towards them. Almost mesmerized, some would say.
This is in the morning, correct? We like slept overnight and
Yes,
came in the morning.
I believe this is in the morning.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If not, change it.
Yeah.
Fuck the
We can make
canon.
it morning. Fascinating. Do you have any potential records of dates that this started happening, just to get a timeline of specifics?
I mean, it started happening probably about a month or 2 ago.
Month or 2. Do you mind if I come in? There's some specific details I'd like to research.
What specific details are you looking for?
Well, I find that things like this don't seem to pop out of nowhere. And I was wondering if there was potential significant events or transfers or exoduses that happened in the past month or 2 that could potentially line up within 2 weeks to a month of the given date of these occurrences, and that could maybe narrow down potential suspects if this is more of a sinister, like insider job to prevent, I'm sure the prisoners don't mind an excuse to slack off, as it were, as valid of an excuse as it may be. And so look for potential connections there, and if that leads nowhere, then start tackling a more natural route. Like to tie up the loose ends that are easiest to tie up first.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Where's my persuasion? 24.
24. Unfortunately, the one speaks up, our records are sealed off due to the cases of the prisoners that we are watching.
I'll walk to
There
the
are-
side of the building.
Okay. There are some who are in here for certain crimes, and we cannot disclose these to the public, even if you are working to help us. However, if you would like, you may certainly send over one of Malachi's representatives, and we'd be happy to work with him on whatever things we might need to work on. However, I'm sure Malachi Winder also has records of employees that could be brought to your attention that could be part of the problem as well. However, these attacks do not seem to have any magical nature to them besides the mesmerizing lights.
Well, that seems quite magical, wouldn't you say?
Well,
That seems to
again,
be the whole crux of the issue.
it seems to be more bestial, not caused by someone else
Well,
summoning
beasts
something.
come and they go, but these mesmerizing lights are what's fascinating.
Unfortunately, I will have to have one of Malachi's representatives here to negotiate with that.
Well, I am a representative of Malachi, I believe. I
You
believe that
are
was our relationship.
you are a I hate to put it this way, but a mercenary of his, not necessarily one that is representing his interests. You bear no
No,
symbol, no pedigree, no icon that would confirm you as one of his representatives, and so we must turn you away. But we will be more than happy to help once a representative is with you.
I got Auran gave me one of his, like, not that people could get this anywhere, but like the automaton creatures.
Automaton creatures.
Like the little, like, clockwork birds and stuff.
What clockwork thing was it?
I thought you gave me one. I could be completely wrong. I've been bad about keeping my
No,
inventory
I
updated.
did. And I know
Okay.
what it is. But I want you to tell me what it is.
Did I put it in my inventory?
Did
Like I
you
said,
watch the episode?
No, I'm just bad about keeping my inventory updated.
I'm
Because
trying.
my other positions on D&D Beyond never seems to save properly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do I
I'm-
remember off the top of my head?
I'll tell you.
I feel like
before
it
you have
was.
to work.
I feel like it was some kind of bird, but I feel bad and wrong. Was it like an owl? Is what's coming to mind, but it's not.
Auran has
I
an
have-
owl.
I have an owl.
Okay, I
Yeah.
knew you got an owl. Ah.
Auran is no longer going to help you.
Yeah.
Auran will remember this in the upper left corner.
I will say, it won't matter if you
I
bring
know.
it out.
Because everyone has.
It's a
it.
butterfly.
Yeah.
I was gonna
yeah.
say like a fucking.
It was a winged
that
creature.
popped-
You're close.
That popped into my head. I swear it. I swear it.
And Odavius has a frog.
And Brenin has a bear.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yep.
Brenin has a frog. Odavius has a bear.
Was it
No.
backwards?
That's what I have in my notes.
I don't think you ever gave it to me.
I
haven't,
I
but I
saw
gave
it
it
on
to
the
you.
episode. It's there.
Really?
The evidence is there. I watched it back. Now we can call each other
Hmm.
out on bullshit.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run the tape.
Must not have been listening on that part.
Can you tell I've been exhausted for the past 2 months? Okay. So don't want me there without a representative from
Right.
Malachi. Okay.
Your persuasion check was enough to have them not immediately be like, nope, chunk, shut off.
Mhm.
But there are processes and procedures that need to happen for them to follow the law.
Okay. We didn't really get a communication. I mean, like, we have a communication line to Zeus, but it's not like instantaneous.
Zeef said you can visit him whenever you want.
Okay.
To Malachi. It'll take a bit to get back to Malachi.
Yeah, but
Right.
he is. I assume Zeus is the kind of person they're talking
He
about.
would be yes, he would be the qualified representative.
Okay. Don't you just love bureaucracy? All right.
I'd love to sit in a meditative position on the side of the building.
Okay. As you sit, one of the wardens who's coming in kind of notices you. Hey, what are you doing?
Uh,
Finding my
to-
inner peace.
I'm going to have to ask you to move, ma'am. This is unfortunately a building that requires a little bit of no solicitation involved.
I have already started my ritual.
I apologize, but you will have to move yourself somewhere else. Perhaps the tavern would be someplace that would be good for you to find.
Too rambunctious and rowdy there. I never thought the bulwark to be disrespectful of one's religious rites or meditations. I thought they were respectful of all.
The guy seems a little exasperated at this point. Unfortunately, this is not a building where religious rites are able to be performed due to the sensitive nature within the building. We just don't take kindly to people sitting and being around the building, as we aren't sure if they have nefarious purpose. Not that we're accusing you of anything. Just we have standards we need to meet for security.
Well, I'd like to speak to your manager. No, I'll get up. I'll get up and
I'm the manager.
I do want to like take a peek of the back of the building. Just kind of take a couple. I mean, I'll start walking that way, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of mosey your way back, and you kind of watch as you go. You glance towards the back of the building. There are no windows at the back. There
I don't
are
need windows.
There are some like slits for air current and air movement in the side of the building that are probably
I'm more
like
concerned about people that would see me than I am because I can go through walls.
you cannot see inside the building. The
Okay.
way the air slits are kind of
Outside. The outside.
there is no one outside on the backside, but there are wardens kind of moving back and forth, sort of all around. So it's not necessarily like invisible or like very obscured. There are people about you.
I will very quickly kind of move to the back, kind of lean up against it really quick, and I want to phase my head into the building to take a quick peek.
Interesting.
Do like a kind of lean back, take a peek, and then like all within like a couple seconds. Just, you know what I mean? Take a quick gander.
Give me a stealth check.
Make sure I'm not on the side of the building where that guy was.
Yep, we'll say you're smart enough to do that.
It's a stretch, but 19.
19. I'll say you're able to like you wait it out, kind of twiddle your thumbs, and then kind of move back over to the building, lean your Athena's body, whoever, up against the back of it, and kind of move out with your ghost form. When you kind of move through the wall and take a quick glance, you notice that there are a few cells along the side of, we'll say, from your perspective on the left side, so from the right when you enter. And the rest is more like office sort of things. There's desks and things where some people are writing away and doing things. And then there is sort of a main office area where like the main warden sits, and you see this sorry, give me a sec. This Minotaur woman, actually,
Oh, sick.
is currently sitting in the main warden's office, doing some paperwork. Not like super like huge, but like very large, even compared to your current body, who's currently just doing some
How much
paperwork.
to kill her and take her body?
Depends how you
Minotaur
want to play
body.
this. And then you quickly kind of zoop back out and then begin walking away.
Yeah, I'll walk back to kind of follow along where I assume Primrose is walking away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you kind of reconvene back.
Too difficult to infiltrate. Too many people on the inside.
Well, and as we're walking away, there's a couple routes, and we can take both at the same time, I think. And this would be like hushed a little bit so that no one around hears. I got permission to presumably see these files as long as a representative of Malachi is there, and we can go talk to our old Cobalt friend and see what he can help with us, as well as, I think we did this before, could do that old trick where make you invisible and then you can go start snooping around. Both at once doesn't seem awful.
Perhaps. We got to be careful not to raise alarms in this area. I do not want to disappoint Malachi.
Do not want to make enemies, neither. I think push comes to shove. We do have Brenin and Odavius that can muscle their way in, so to speak. But I'd rather avoid it because it kind of conflicts with our other interests.
Yes.
But that's always an option. I don't think it'll come to that, but if it does. All right, I'm going to head. Is it Zeeth? That's what I have written down.
Zeeth. Zeeth.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I have.
Yep.
So I'll head to his residence to go annoy him.
Okay. Brenin and Odavius, what are you doing?
I believe we had decided that we were going to talk to the miners to see what it would take for them to go back into the mines.
Sure. All right. We'll say you guys, while they're kind of going to see Zeeth, you head towards, kind of in the opposite direction towards where Malachi's kind of section is, since that's where you're working. You see very much like a Hoover Town setup where there are kind of shacks all around. There's sort of a central fire camp area. Some workers moving about covered in, the soot and rock and dust that comes with mining. You see one who's dressed up in some leathers, sitting by the campfire, a orcish man telling a story and laughing with a bunch of miners. Seems to be kind of the head honcho. You can tell just by looking at how everyone else is kind of giving them the full attention at this point. And he finishes up the story and he says something like, "And that's when I decided that it was better to crush rocks than to deal with 15 children in a room." And everyone laughs, and then goes back to eating some food,
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is did I say his species racial
Orc
already? Orc, yes. Okay, thank you. So, very large orc man, very long gray beard that's kind of, and completely shaven bald off the top of his head. And he sees you approaching, gives you an eye. The prisoner's section is back that way, and kind of points towards the other direction.
Do we look like prisoners?
No, but you look like the ones in charge of them.
No,
Even when I'm not affiliated, I guess it's just sticks.
I was gonna say we had the other armor on, so I don't know if that.
He is clocking you by the way you walk and the way you present yourself.
Mm.
You see,
No, we are not in charge of the prisoners. However, we may be the ones to solve your problem.
Oh, so military people, I'm assuming just by the way you carry yourselves. What problem are you seeking to solve? Are you one of Malachi's cronies?
I believe
Malachi
you guys
did
want to get.
send us.
Yes, I believe you guys want to get paid, right?
Well, pay would be nice. Not dying, it would be even better.
Exactly. So we are here to help you not die. But
Kinda
we
raises
need
an
your
eyebrow.
assistance for that. What can you tell us about what's in the mines right now?
Well, there's a couple things. There's these small, what did we call them? Drakes. That seem to be running around in that area. Those things are usually pretty minor. They just like to burrow and tend to get scared off when you shout and yell loud enough, and pretty easy to pick away with a pickaxe if they get too close. But currently, whatever seems to be taking people, killing them, You know, you hear all the stories people talk about, and some people make them larger than life. Talk about a glowing light somewhere down in the distance when we dig deep enough. And that seems to be the main weird thing. Last couple people, if I remember, I think last one was a prisoner. So whoever was with him said that he got mesmerized by the lights and went up and then went close, heard a scream, light went out, and nothing.
Has anybody gotten close to one of these lights and survived?
No one, well, especially now, people are steering clear of them, but I don't think there's anyone in the past. We see them off in the distance quite a bit once we kind of get our tunnels going, but anyone who's up close usually doesn't survive.
Is there a specific part of the mine that they seem to be centrally located, or has it been all over the mine, or?
Not particularly. A lot in the older sections that we've kind of dug out already seem to be inhabiting there. The fresher digs, newer clearing out seems to be devoid of them for the time being.
So you do believe that there is more than one of these creatures or whatever is keeping this light up?
People have said they've seen multiple lights at a time, going back around to the older mine areas.
And why do you need to go back to these older areas? For equipment or for...
Mostly for equipment, sometimes to collapse another section of the mine, stabilize it, see if we missed any other resource, scout ahead for other things. Variety of different things here and there, depending on what's going on.
What would it take for you to feel safe enough to re-enter the mine and continue your work?
Well, finding out the source of the problem would be nice. All of us really know how to dig into the mines and avoid the lights at this point, but we're not exactly getting paid hazard pay for this position beyond, the regular compensatory things of cave-ins, collapses, whatever these lights are, seem to be a higher problem. So right now, we've been talking with Zeef, a little kobold fucker, and see if he can get people out here to solve that problem, and I take it that you are it.
So these reptilian creatures, these drakes, they are different than Zeef?
Oh, yeah, they're, they don't give off the lights. They're, little tiny fuckers. Probably about, kind of puts his hand up and measures it up. He measures about the size of probably like a larger dog. Covered in rock and scales, big claws, big teeth, but honestly, they just eat through the rock and then, make enough noise, scare them off. They're usually not too big of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like if you could tame them, then they might be profitable.
The last guy who tried that lost an arm, so we're going to leave it alone for right now.
If we were to enter this mine and search for this issue, would there be somebody who'd be willing to be our tour guide, per se, to help guide us through the mine?
I mean, if you look around, you see people who are not willing to do much of anything without getting compensation for it. And he kind of looks around, and you do see, these are hardy people, and they are tough people, and they're eyeing you with a lot of suspicion, as you're not one of them. And this guy continues. So, if you want someone to do something for you, you gotta cough up a little change here.
All right, well, is there at least some maps of the mines that we could pour over to mark down some of those sightings?
Zeeth would probably know better than me at this point. He's the one who kind of takes care of all the administration. I just make sure everyone's taken care of. I couldn't tell you which mines are which. I just go where they tell me to dig, which right now is fucking nowhere because I'm not taking anyone down there at this point.
One last question. Do you happen to know the name of the prisoner who was last taken?
Hey, shit. Reynolds. He kind of points to one of the other people in there. You remember who was the prisoner? You were kind of getting buddy-buddy with them. Reynolds responds back. Gray, I think that was her name. Something Gray. That's all I could pick up. Oh, there you go. Great. Now,
And this is a female prisoner?
no, it was a dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna be quite frank with you. If you want to, throw your lot in with Malachi and stuff, you're probably not gonna get a lot of help from many of these folks who work for him. They're not exactly eager to help out his business expenses at this point. But just word of advice. If you want to be walking around here and asking personal questions of other people, you may want to loosen up a little bit. People don't take kindly to military folks like yourself.
Sure thing, pal, and I'm going to smack him on the shoulder and walk away.
Kind of winces, looks at you,
You did kind of ask for that. I'm gonna leave.
shrugs, and kind of laughs a little bit. Yeah, I guess I did. Anyways, where was I at in my story again? And everyone kind of convenes back in, eating, whatever slop they have on hand in front of the fireplace.
We'll convene.
Reconvening towards Zeeth's hut. I forgot to do this a little bit earlier, but Jesus, my brain just went on lockdown for a sec. Primrose, can you roll a perception check for me?
Uh-oh.
You're so good at those.
1.
1. Alrighty. You're passing by, you're seeing rows and rows of people moving about. Now that you're kind of getting out of Zeeth's area, you're seeing a lot more bulwark presence. You're seeing a lot more miners who are just walking around, casually talking and doing things. You're seeing some families kind of gather together, and different things like that. And as you're kind of walking along, you do run back into Odavius and Brenin as a group, as you guys are all headed towards Zeeth's hut area. As you begin sort of walking back, get to the door.
Any luck?
No, not much.
Need Zeeth, but should be able to get in the door at least.
And what
about
about
you?
your issue, Primrose?
Getting in the door will help.
Just let us know.
What did you find from the miners?
They say that there are drakes, some sort of rock and scale reptilian creatures out there, but they said that they're used to that. What they're not used to are lights that hypnotize the workers.
Almost sounds like an anglerfish. I assume those exist in this world.
Yeah, we'll say you know what that is.
That's what I heard.
That hypnotizes and charms. It'll be interesting.
That's what I heard from the bulwark as well. Something to actually look for in the records is if there's any patterns of missing persons or people that have got, and if that has anything to do with it.
If we're going to
As
go
far as we
investigating,
know-
perhaps we should take precautions using rope to tie to each other in a buddy system to not let us wander off in case we also are getting enthralled in whatever it is.
As far as we know, these locations of these spotting lights are not anywhere that they are freshly digging. They are in older parts of the mine where they go back for, equipment or checking for anything they may have missed or collapsing part of the mines. And so, yeah, we're hoping that Zeeth would have some map of some sort to help us navigate, because nobody else seems interested in doing it unless there's a little bit of a compensation involved.
Very well. Sounds like we all need to talk to Zeeth then.
Oh, yeah.
All right. As you get up to the store, you kind of enter inside. There's some guards, but you've been, talked about and told how to work, that you're helping out. And you walk inside, and I'll say Auran, compared to the bulwarks, like set up in their larger area offices, this place is a mess. There are like papers fluttered everywhere, and there is a single solitary desk where Zeeth is just like scrambling away, like sorting, like flipping through all these different papers and moving around and just squirrely moving about everywhere. He sees you come in and like, oh, hello, friends.
Hey, you couldn't even clean up for company, huh?
There's a lot going on right now, so I got a lot to take care of. So, what do you need? What can I help you with? And he kind of like closes some drawers that he had open and puts his hands.
Your problem's been completed.
Well, that's great.
No, I'm kidding.
Just dejectedly looks down.
Get wrecked.
Zeeth, I'm sure you have experience with how stuffy the bulwark can be, but they want some Malachi representation before we can get access to any potential past records.
That sounds about right.
And we'd like to see potential connections to timelines of missing prisoners or prisoner transfers that line up with the appearance of the mysterious lights specifically.
Okay. All right. Lights. Okay. Well, I can certainly be with you to go over that and see what you can find. I'll be pretty honest, even if I'm there, they may be, very specific about the things that you can see and what you want to do and stuff. So just, be aware that other things may not go your way if you're wanting like very, 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 very specific detail. But anyways, so we can do that. We can do that right now if you want. We can head over that way.
The other thing that we would need is if you have any maps or anything of the current mine systems so that we have an easier way to navigate. It seems as none of the miners would like to do anything until there's further compensation, which we cannot provide. So we'll need some way to navigate the mine and figure out where some of the older mine shafts are located, as that seems to be where most of these.
All right, I'm going to roll an investigation check for Zeeth. Oh, okay. That's not bad. 17. All right. Map looks around for a second. And you see him like reach underneath his chair and like wiggle a little bit and pull out a piece of paper, slams it on the desk. Here's a map of at least an older map. It doesn't quite have the like newest stuff, but this one should be able to get you to the places that you need to go. As far as compensation, if you got someone who wants to lead you down, specifically, I have money to burn at this point because no one's been digging, so no one's accepting wages or anything. So they're glad I got a gold piling up here. So whatever you can do.
Well, we'll take a look at the map and see if we even need it. Now that we have a map, we might not even need anybody. It'd probably be better not to put anybody else in harm's way anyways.
Fair enough. You kind of take a look at the map. Very basic. The way you see it marked out is a lot of what his map has is sort of details about Malachi Winder's crew and their digs. There are sections that are kind of marked off. There's some minor detail to them, but you see like larger letters saying like Prisoner Dig, Kingdom Dig, and all these other like different companies that are involved in this as well for this area. Those ones are there, but they are definitely not as detailed as the Malachi's Path group.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, if you think that's good enough, we don't have to hire anyone, but whatever we can do. If you want to go to the bulwark, we can do that right now and get that taken care of.
Let's do that.
Let's
All
do
right,
that.
fantastic.
I'm gonna pull Prim aside as we walk out the door, and
Yes.
say, "We can get in there. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I
We have our
know.
credentials that we can get in there, no problem."
I'd rather not compromise anything going forward if we don't have to. But I will say top priority for me is getting this information. So
Okay.
I'll let you know. And
All right.
then, like, not stone faced, but very focused.
All right.
What?
You guys walk towards the bulwark area. As you make your way up to the guards, you've kind of takes out a little like scroll of identification. It's actually a little tiny badge that clicks open and like comes out with like a small little sigil of Malachi's shops. Puts it back. We have reason to believe that your prisoner manifest may be of use of figuring out, the cause or what may be going on in this area. So, please let us through. Guards kind of take a look. All right, come inside. We'll find, we'll get Vanessa for you. Kind of goes back, leads you in, and leads you to the Minotaur woman. Vanessa, we have some prisoners who are, some people who are interested in the prisoner manifest, in terms of the disappearances and killings that have been taking place. Returns back, displays you all there. Vanessa leans down with her horns. So, what can I do to help you? You're looking for a prisoner manifest. Takes a book, large book, probably about like 1,000 pages, sets it down. We like to keep a ledger of when we keep everyone here, who comes in, who comes out. We usually double check them if they're magical based offenses. They usually wear some sort of deterrent or dispersal unit to keep them lowered. But is there anyone in particular that you're looking out for that Malachi suspects?
No one in particular, ma'am. Just given the nature of these occurrences, they seem far more magical than beast. There's a bestial component, obviously, and who knows if it's all bestial, but high enough suspicion of magical components that I'd like to cover our bases before we fully dive into researching and investigating the mines. So, quick DM question. It was like the past year that Lotus was here? It was like 6 months to a year ago?
The prisoner said that he had seen him within the past few months over this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I was curious, and then these occurrences started like a couple months ago?
Yep.
Okay. Records of the past 6 months just to see timeline of potential magical prisoners arriving that could have something to do with this, as well as any of the disappearances and see if there's any relation to the disappearances as well. Whether it's just happenstance of prisoners being unlucky or if there's a specific pattern to prisoners disappearing.
All right. Well, you're more than happy to take a look, see what you can find. If there's anyone specific I could turn you towards, I'll let you know if the name's in there. He turns the book towards you. The ones who are magic users are marked with blue ink.
Perfect. That was my next question. Thank you very much.
You have a specific list of the prisoners or people who have disappeared?
Actually, only one of ours has disappeared.
Oh.
Erland Gray was one of them. One of the prisoners. He was in for assault and murder. Not a very nice fellow, but can't say I wish any of his fate upon anyone else. But Erland Gray was the one who last died.
So no other prisoners have gone missing?
No, only 2 miners have died officially so far.
And do you have a description of Erlin's Gray, just to see if it...
Let's see. Kind of goes through the ledger with you. Ah, there he is. You see his name is not marked with blue. Dwarvish man, aged 75. Anything else? He wasn't very significant here, or did not really cause many waves here, I should say.
Fair enough. Well, I might do a bit of skimming if that's all right, and then I'll flip to, like, I'll finger through until I find about roughly 6 months ago, and it's like back to front, and let's see.
Roll an investigation check.
Yay! 18.
18. You do not see Lotus's name anywhere in this book.
Okay. Is there any familiar aliases?
No familiar aliases either.
Okay. Any matching descriptions, or are those written out at all? Or
there are a couple of humans, because Lotus was one who did not change, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few humans, quite a few, like, that pop in and out, but none that would match your idea of who he is.
Okay.
Like, his hair color is not the same. His, weight or height are not quite the same as what you remember.
I'll just look for then, as like pretending. Not. I'm also looking for like the matches, but more specifically, I'm looking for this of like any departures of prisoners or deaths of prisoners that match the timeline I was given.
There are
And
none.
then-
There are none that match the timeline of what you were given.
Okay. Interesting.
How far back do your records of prisoners go?
We have them going back, probably, I think this book specifically, probably back about 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm. Is there longer term prisoners that have been here for longer?
I mean, not that I can think of offhand. This work is usually a fast track to removing a sentence. So people who come here work off their sentence and get compensated for their time here and get a shorter sentence by default. So anyone who is here that for, from the very beginning, I can't imagine they've been here the whole time. We may have someone who's been here maybe 1-2 years, but none past 5, I would imagine.
Is there going through the ledger? So like there was assault and murder as like some of the more severe crimes. Is that about as harsh as it gets looking in this book? Is there like,
How much harder do you want to get?
well, what I'm leading towards is like, is there a
Serial killers?
possibility? Is there a possibility of like not even necessarily like serial killers, but like crimes against the state ledger? Things that the bulwark could take more seriously, of like treason or espionage, things like that.
No. What you see, at least in your 6-month kind of spread, you see mostly, murders, assault, crimes of aggression and, brutality.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm flipping through and I'm noticing these crimes much more aggressive. Is there any potential prisoners that might have more motive against Malachi or the bulwark? Or is this the full ledger?
Have you tried checking his own workers? Because I'm sure they have quite a list. As far as I would be able to tell, and as far as what the manifest does, we don't really get a much more information about their crimes beyond, what they did. We don't have the specifics of who they might have gone against or things like that. And even if we did have that information, that's something that would not be available to you as Malachi's representatives.
That is all but fair. I was just trying to cover all bases, man.
I might have one more. Have there been any prisoners who have done their sentence but chose to just go over to Malachi's side to work and get gold?
There's been a few. We wouldn't keep track of that. Not necessarily our problem once the sentence is over, but they would have to be transferred back to Verlikite for release and then come back. We wouldn't just send them off to Malachi without official documentation.
And then, is there any
we need to
prisoners?
check Malachi's documents as well.
I think so. Is there any prisoners that are discharged from here and sent elsewhere but not released that may have more vindication?
Once they're out of here, I don't hear much about them. I'm more concerned with the prisoners that are here than the ones that leave.
That is all but fair. Alrighty, thank you, ma'am. And
You're welcome. Dips her horns down and thanks.
Shut the ledger, pass it back over.
Takes it, puts it back into a shelf. Now, now that we know you are representatives, merely ask for Vanessa, and I'd be happy to help you with any other questions you have. Just keep in mind, we have prisoners here who are accused and charged and guilty of several crimes. So, and she kind of points over to where the cell blocks are, where they are currently, some are occupied by some people. So we may not be able to always deal with your issues, depending on the circumstances.
Well, we understand. If you give us whatever access you're comfortable with, we are more than self-sufficient.
Good to
Although
hear.
I understand protocols.
Sounds like Zeeth has a organizational capacity on hand finally, and she kind of gives a wink to Zeeth, and he kind of like blushes and like turns away a little bit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some duties to attend to, and I will talk to you at another point, I'm very sure. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And then I'll turn and walk out.
Okay. Walk back out. Oh, sorry, give me a sec. Gotta move some stuff. All right. What are you doing next?
Do we take Zeeth back and look at the Malachi records then?
I think so.
Let's try that.
Specifically asking about if there are any prisoners turned workers.
Okay.
Chief is with us, right?
Yeah, he's walking about. As you go into the Malachi stuff, you see prisoners just kind of give you all a glare. Where Odavius and Brenin, where you were walking through on your own, it was more of just like suspicious looks. It is now just glares as you're walking around with Zeeth.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way back towards the center of the camp. You see the same orcish man sitting there, kind of talking with people, looks your direction. The military men and guests. And
I'll bat my eyelashes at him.
And you see him kind of nod your way, and then you see his eyes fall on Zeeth, and like any smile he had just drops immediately. And Zeeth just says, "Gorsh, nice to see you again. We have some people, it seems you're acquainted with some of them. They just want to ask some questions of you, and then we can go along, hopefully solving the problem and get you guys back to work." Gives a very small smile. "We'll work when the problem's solved, Zeeth. Now, I've already talked to you before. We got some new folks here, which is always fun. Is there something I can do for you extra?"
I guess we are, and I don't mean to insinuate anything, but we are investigating at first whether it's a problem of nature or if it's spurred on by someone. And I was just curious if our biggest suspicion currently is potential prisoners who did their time but decided to stay working for Malachi. They might. I think you can imagine that they might hold some sort of malice for this place.
Well, I'll be honest. No one usually talks about the things they do after they come here. We got a lot of folks who come in from all walks of life, doing different things. The general rule is just not to ask unless you're told about it. I know a couple people who were kept prisoner here and came back for honest work, but none of them are any kind of sort that I would imagine playing a very long con of this kind.
Understandable.
You know, usually the people who come back here are the ones who actually want to turn their life around compared to those who want to keep doing things. Those people go to the underground and try their hand at more underhanded tactics.
Is it possible to look at records of workers in the past 6 months?
That's a question for Zeeth. I'm sure he did give you, when you first met him, a ledger of his workers. And those ledgers did not really say where they came from before. It's a lot like what Vanessa said before, where, once people leave the prison system, they're not really like marked or like don't bring it with them.
Was Prim's family member a part of those names? Did we even look? I don't think we ever looked at the Malachi workers.
What was that?
I don't think we ever looked at the Malachi workers for Prim's brother.
Lotus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we ever looked through those ledgers.
Yeah, I mean, we were suspicious of the bulwark first because
As you were suspicious of the bulwark first.
Yeah.
Well,
Clarity.
we came across. They were arrested. Lotus was arrested, and then it was from a bulwark prisoner that we got the info. But maybe they met in the mines, but Lotus wasn't a prisoner. Possibly.
So let's look through for Lotus.
Now, I don't mean to say that I have business to do, but I don't know if I can be any more help unless you're still wanting a field guy, in which case, points to Zeeth. If you're willing to determine a price for this, I'd be willing to negotiate about it.
For now, keep yourself safe and go enjoy yourself.
I like her.
If you do like her so much, Gorsh, we are kind of looking for someone. If you looked at her face, would you anybody who would be look similar to her that you've seen in this camp while you've been here?
Kind of takes a long stare at Primrose. Looks her up or down. I mean, not many tieflingers around these parts.
I can do you one better. And I will cast Silent Image of what I last remember my brother to look like. Mind you, this is a memory of 10 years ago, but...
Would you like to describe for the rest of the group what Lotus looks like?
Oh, I don't even know if I know. Let me think.
Just remember, you have to remember exactly what he looks like every single time.
Down to the detail.
We have it on record now.
Well, I can type it up as I go. I got to think about what Primrose looked like as a human. So I imagine he's probably a little bit taller now, but this is him when he was like 18-ish. Relatively thin, bordering on healthily thin, but still, he had some style to him despite it all. He always made whatever he had work. And looking at him, it's a person you were very attracted to, not even necessarily physically, but just oh, that's a person that seems very interesting. I'd say longer black hair, that kind of comes down with bangs coming down to just above the eyes and then just above the shoulders. Not like super wide hair, but a bit more kept. Simple white pants that like are a little bit baggy at the feet if you think of like what the pants from like Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
But not quite that ostentatious, a little bit thinner and more practical. Simple like cloth shirt, and then on top of that it's maybe the one fine piece of clothing he had is like a very pale lavender vest that seems to almost match Primrose's skin color. Say he has a tattoo around his wrist as well. Very simple, it's just like a ring.
Takes a look at it. We got some younger guys, but 10 years past this photo.
I'll do my best to like age him 10
Yeah.
years older, but
doesn't look familiar to anyone. I can see the resemblance, but I haven't seen anyone over that way. Honestly, we don't get a lot of human, quote unquote clean people around this area. It's usually those people can get normal jobs and aren't terrifying to look at. So
Insight check.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
he always looked cleaner than he was.
What was that?
23.
23. He seems to be telling the truth. And when he says quote unquote clean, you see there is a little bit of venom that he spits into the word. And I'll say, as you were kind of going around the area, the only place that really had humans was the bulwark side with the prisoners. While you've been kind of walking around, there have been a lot more monstrous races, we'll say. So orcs, I was going to say bed bugs.
Those are monstrous.
Bear bugs.
Bugbears.
No, what's the... God, I'm...
Bugbears?
Bugbears, thank you. Bugbears, goblins, that sort of, not the prettiest of races compared to the rest of the group.
Well, I will look to my compatriots and say, I think it's time to fight something. I think we should head into the mines.
Oh, I thought you were going to punch this guy in the face. I'm like, oh my god.
Wow. Just no thoughts. Punch.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Let's go.
Would you like a guide? Final offer. I'll say, looks towards Zeeth. 150 gold.
I'm going to pull out the map, look at the man, and like, it's been spoken for.
Kind of
Slap him on the back and walk away.
Looks back towards you as you're walking away, back towards the other group. That one's gonna die first.
I'll wink at him as we walk away.
I'll try and stop.
He gives you a wink
happening.
back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Take her.
As we're walking away, Primrose,
Yeah.
have we ever considered the fact that perhaps your brother was not a prisoner?
Just working or just around?
Yes, for money, and maybe one of the other businesses or factions has information. Perhaps he wasn't a prisoner at all. Did the original description from that dwarf that spoke to you speak specifically as a prisoner, or just that they saw him?
I will also say, and I hope this is correct, and I hope I didn't fuck it up in the previous recording. People will call me out if they want to. He did not describe Lotus at all. He did not say like a human person. Did not say like things. So like,
he could have changed. I very much am aware.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. At the moment, I was kind of seeing red, so I don't fully remember. But my best recollection, he seemed rather close with Lotus. And I think that would... I don't know how much the prisoners and the workers intermingle. I don't know if they keep to themselves or not. But the fact that he said that Lotus was shipped off 6 months ago or a few months ago. I don't know if shipped off was the exact words used, but from what I recall, it was at least heavily implied that he was a prisoner. Although I could be wrong.
Keep in mind, but to the mines.
To the mines.
To the mines.
All right. As you make your way towards the mine, Z veers off from you and just says, "All right. Well, good luck. Have fun. Don't die, please, because that would be another set of paperwork, and I don't need more of that. If you need anything, feel free to just scream, and I'm sure most people would come running. All right. Bye." And he just kind of runs off. As you get closer to the mine, you're seeing some people still working, as they're going through, kind of giving you odd looks as you're walking in full armor and stuff. So, as you kind of enter in...
Brenin, what are you carrying?
As in what? Armor, weapons?
Like armor, weapons, jewelry, anything?
I got a chainmail, or what's it? Yeah, chainmail armor, shield, and a battle axe.
You don't have any like hat on or anything?
No hats. No. Hats don't really fit my dragonborn head.
Are you carrying your shield at all times?
Yeah.
What?
All right,
Okay.
You kind of boop, vroom, and see it vroom, out. You begin making your way towards the mine. Is there any section in particular you want to go? Do you want to go towards like Malachi's mined out things? So I'll give you a more specific section. So you have the prisoner side is on the far right of the map. Malachi's is next to them. There's the empires, so separate from the bulwarks. That was weird.
So
and
what
then
looks to be...
there is other various companies that aren't quite as big on the right.
Right. Let's go towards the Malachi's areas and kind of explore what looks to be the older mines on the map. I mean, you said it was an old map, so all of these are probably the old mines anyways, but yeah.
All right. You begin walking your way down, moving about, passing by. You get to a point where you stop seeing prisoners that are moving about, miners moving about. Getting to some of the older sections, you kind of move your way around, worm your way around. I'd like everyone to make a perception check. We'll start with Auran.
14.
14. Go to Brenin.
3.
Go to Odavius.
12.
Go to Primrose.
How did I get the highest? I got a 16.
16. Okay. As you're moving about, you don't see much of anything. Where you're at is kind of been much more mined out and leads into a larger cave area as you kind of make your way around. And we'll say, Primrose, you do see off in the distance these like small, they're not lights, but the lights of small eyes kind of shuffling about here and there. And at one point, you do see one kind of come close, and you see a small, almost like salamander covered in scales and stone, very draconic looking, coming closer towards you. It doesn't quite get into the like full light, but it comes within about 30 feet of you, looks at you, looks around, and you see it just begin taking giant claws and digging straight down, and you see its mouth just gnashing and digging into the ground.
Well, that's point out. That was something. The lights, did it match the lights of the eyes? Did it match like a vague description of
No,
what?
when I say light of the eyes, more like
Okay.
reflection of nighttime,
Yeah.
animal eyes sort of thing.
Mhm.
But I
I
will
don't know.
say, as you go
Mhm.
further in there, you do begin to see almost akin to the wisps that you saw when you were in the frozen fields. One kind of just slowly begins whoom, up off into the distance a little bit. And then you see it dim down, and then you see another one kind of pop up. And this is like probably 300 feet away, boom, and then down. And you are, at this point, probably a good mile or so within the cave system here. You're
Okay.
in an actual, like, cave system, not any part that's been dug out at this point. You're still in the map area. You're not lost, but you are
Can
starting
I
to see
throw
them.
out an Eyes of the Grave?
Eyes of the Grave, how far does that reach?
60 feet.
60 feet. It would not be enough to catch the lights at this point. Would you like to do it
Anything
anyways?
else?
Okay. Eyes of the Grave pops up, and besides Auran, you don't get anything.
Should we link up group-wise?
Not a bad
Do we
idea.
want to go 2 by 2? One
Also
person
not a bad
attached to
idea.
another.
Sure.
Tie ourselves in a little square.
All right. Odavius and I are attached, and Primrose and Auran are attached.
Let me.
With all due respect, both of you are pretty bulky. Wouldn't it be best for Primrose to attach to one of you two?
I'm not bulky.
Oh.
I'm only doing this because he keeps casting light on my shield.
Let's
Such
pull
a
up.
suck up.
So, just to make it easy, so Auran, Odavius, I believe this was Brenin, and this was Primrose. So you guys are tied together. Do you want to stay like still in a square and stuff?
The way I'm envisioning it is almost like an H, where it's like, Auran and I are tied in parallel, and then Brenin and Odavius are tied in parallel.
Kind of more like that.
And so in a square, but the rope is like an H.
Oh, okay, so time. Okay.
I don't think we should completely link up for movement. I think we need to do like 2 people linked, and leave the other
Okay.
2 separate.
So
Okay.
if that's the case, then it should be me, and we can do me and Primrose are linked up. So she's behind me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then Odavius and Auran are linked
Okay.
up.
Tied up.
And Odavius
Tied
is
up.
next to me doing light.
And we're
Which
not
one's
linked.
me?
To
Which
like
one's me?
bluish
The blue one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not linked side to side, but front to back.
Front to back.
Okay.
Okay. So you're tied up front to back here. As you begin moving further forward, looking at these lights, can I get another perception check?
Give you one more chance.
Oh,
Okay.
21.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
7.
Nice. With a 21, Auran, you're beginning to see a lot more of these cave walls having lots of burrow points in that are probably about the same size of the drake that you came across. Some varying in size, larger, smaller, but you're seeing a lot more of them as you begin moving further and further in. What I need now is I need everyone, as you're moving forward, unless there's something else you'd like to do, is I'd like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gonna be so good. Hey, that's not bad. 18.
Also
Okay.
18.
Great.
21.
I have bad news, y'all. Not one.
Nat 1.
At least we tried to
Primrose.
Brenin.
You are restrained.
Ugh.
As you guys
Uh-oh.
all notice, the bottom of this floor has now been covered by this sticky substance. Some sort of like white, sticky goop. The rest of you are free to move around, but let me get out my stuff. Now that you're kind of noticing it, you're seeing about this area. Let me move the camera a little bit.
That's a
Raise
lot
it
of
up.
white sticky goop.
Fuck. Currently, the area you're in is covered in this sticky goop.
Uh-oh.
And Primrose, you are just stuck and you kind of fall and end up like falling into it and are trying to pull yourself out.
Oh. This is...
Can I
Unpleasant.
attempt to help?
You may attempt to help. Go ahead. Make a dexterity saving throw. Primrose. And then make it with advantage since you're getting help.
Cool. All right, that was way better. 22.
22. You are free, but after you kind of struggle and mess around, you see a small light. Kind of pops up. We'll use this as the right in the center of y'all.
Mhm.
A little blue light just boom, right next to you, all of you. And I'd like wisdom saving throws.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, let's start
Ooh.
with Auran.
22. Rolling so
22.
good.
All right, Brenin.
11.
All right, Primrose.
14.
Oh, okay. And then Odavius.
I've never been a wisdom-based character before. I rolled a 12, so it's a 19.
Nice. Brenin, you reach down to help Primrose up from this sticky goop. And you all see, dropping from the ceiling, a giant worm that is covered in spikes. Covered in the same sticky goop that seems to be surrounding this area. Brenin, you are charmed by this creature. And you must dash towards it's gonna come down about right there, sorry. Dash towards this creature using your actions.
Okay.
Do we
All right.
see Brenin take off?
You begin to see him run, but we're gonna roll initiative, so.
Fuck!
Alrighty, folks. Do. All right, 25 to 20. Oh boy, 20 to 15.
17.
17. Someone say 18.
No.
Oh geez. 15 to 10.
11.
7.
Odavius. And then Auran, and then Brenin ringing up the rear. Brenin, at least you're last, so you don't run first.
Yep.
So, you guys see this worm drop down, and you see Brenin, his eyes just go glass, like blank, completely blank. And you see this worm begin to drop down from the ceiling. Right now, I'll put a little marker on it. We'll say it's about 20-ish feet. Mark that. Can you see that 20 pretty well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So we'll say it's about 20 feet in the air, hanging down, just covered in spikes. you see this thing
Ah!
Me?
Ooh.
coming through. So, as you begin, Primrose, what are you doing?
Fuck if I know. I am... Shit. So I can tell that Brenin is, like, glassy-eyed and something's up with him.
Something is up with him, yes.
Okay, I don't know what, but I know something's up with him. Okay. What?
I will say, for the purposes of this is considered difficult terrain.
Okay. Shit. Well, my spells don't really do much in combat, I've realized. Can I try to slap Brennan out of this with like a combination of like shaking him as well as casting a spell?
I would say you'd have to use an action to shake him out of it. You would not be able to cast a spell, depending on the spell.
Well, I would like to weave into like shaking him out of it. I just want to cast a message spell to try and like yell in his brain to make it more like direct line of contact.
That would not break him out of this.
Okay. And I don't know if damage breaks him out of it either, and I don't want to hurt him if I don't have to. So I'll just use my invisible mage hand to slap him out of it if that helps. It can't attack.
Yep.
Damn. That would be fun though. Alright, I'll just do it the old fashioned way. And before I do I'll do it after. So I'll go and try and slap Brennan out of it. I'll move the 5 feet I got to get close to him.
Okay. Boop.
And then be like, wake up! And then just slap him across the face.
Roll an attack roll.
Unarmed attack?
Yep.
Ruh-roh. 18.
Does he have to hit my armor class?
Yes, he does.
Miss.
Oh,
Whoosh.
shit.
Whoosh. It kind of clangs against his armor. Unfortunately, does not do any damage.
Damn. Well, that was great.
All right. Anything else?
I might, okay, let me read this. Yeah, I'll just, I'll give an inspiration. I'll give it to Brennan to hopefully
Okay.
help him snap out of it.
All right. Brenin, you're going to get attacked. This worm is going to go. It is going to immediately lash out and wrap around you. It's going to make a melee attack. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it is.
And it does have reach, so it's reaching you from all the way over there. And you are immediately... please make a... Actually, you fail this dex save. You are immediately pulled next to it. And you take... Let's see. Oh, I'm glad Brennan's taking this damage. 18 points of acid damage.
All right.
You are
My stars.
You are currently restrained, and you currently cannot breathe, as it is just like enveloped you within its coils as it wraps around. It is now on the ground, but you see the rest of its form just plop with a sick, like, wet plap, and begins coiling around Brenin, and currently is wrapped around him. It is also going to go ahead and do a bite attack against Brenin.
Oh, on the same turn.
Yep, multi-attack, boy.
Wowie!
That's a 15 to hit, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, advantage because you're restrained.
Level 4, right?
You are level 4, yeah. That's an 18 to hit, so I assume that does not.
That does not miss.
All right, I'm going to roll, see if it recharges its light. It does not. All right, Odavius. Currently, this thing has Brenin in its grasp. Brenin, really quick, what's your constitution score?
13.
All right. Sorry. Gotta look up the suffocation mechanics. I believe it's your whatever your modifier is.
It might be 1 plus your modifier, but yeah.
Yeah,
For a
let me see.
minute.
For a minute.
You can hold your breath.
Yeah.
I'll look that up. Odavius, go for it.
Let go of my friend! Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. Okay. From here, guiding bolt. Go ahead and roll that spell attack. Yeah, 1 plus your Constitution modifier. Minutes. Roll that attack, Brenin or Odavius.
That is a 25. I think.
25. Okay, that hits.
All right. That is a. Nope. There we go. 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Nice. All right. Does not seem to affect this creature. It doesn't respond to the light. It has no eyes. But now it is has advantage on the next attack. That brings us to Auran.
Use Grim Harvest. Shoot a ranged spell attack at it.
All right, go for it. You have advantage.
Could that be a natural 20?
Nice.
All right.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Dad. That is 10 points of necrotic damage.
10 points of necrotic damage. Nice. All right, and does that add the Bane feature?
It does. So it,
Minus a d4.
yeah, I'm target creature.
Do they have to do a charisma saving throw?
Yeah. No. If I hit him with it, like just -1 to your next roll, worm boy.
-1. All right. Sounds good. Now, anything else for you, Auran?
I'll move. Move me east 3.
How long of the ropes did you want to make?
I figured they were like 10 feet. So we could be 10 feet.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'd
each
say
other.
that's about as far back as you can get.
I don't want to go
Further.
away from it. I want to go toward
Okay,
it.
so east, boop,
1, 2.
like there,
2 more to the right. 1 more.
boop, right
Nope.
there.
1 more. Closer to it.
So you are right
There.
up against it.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Brenin, start of your turn. I need you to actually. You don't get to do anything at all. You just take damage. Sorry, bud.
Oh, so the damage does not knock me out of it.
No, it does not. You are charmed by this thing,
Okay.
and it wants to eat you.
We get a compass when you're cardinal direction when you get a second.
Yes, I will put that up. Let's see. 18 points of acid damage again.
I am down.
Oh, shit. Whew. All right, Brenin goes down. Where the fuck did I put my marker? God damn it. Why am I losing shit? There it is. Do-do. So... All right, Brenin, you are down. Brenin, this is the start of your turn. Can you make a death save for me?
Wait, so I took damage. What time did I take damage?
So hold on. Start of... Oh, I'm sorry. I fucked that up. Save that. I'll roll it again. It's at the start of the thing's turn, not your turn. I apologize. You're up. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. I fucked that up. I read that wrong. You're still up. Joy.
Okay.
I would like you at the start of your turn to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Actually, sorry. This is a new creature. You are out of it now. It only lasts until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Fuck's sake. Sorry. Reading all these new things. New creature.
Okay.
You're free. Not free.
Well,
You're still restrained.
I'm still restrained, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, that's my turn, I guess.
All right. That's all you can do.
Well, is it at the end of the turn that it goes away?
No, start of the turn. So you have your
Start
full
of
turn.
start of the turn. The charm drops, so you are free to do what you want. You're just restrained.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. New creature. I'm working out
New creature, who this?
who this, figuring out all the stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I can try to have a little fun, depending on what you allow, DM.
I love that.
Can I reach my decanter of endless water?
I'll say yes.
Okay. So if I use the magic word geyser, it produces 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. So if I put that directly against the skin of this creature, how much pressure would that exude? Would that be enough to get out of restraint?
1 sec. 4. Fall prone. I'll say it will need to make the strength saving throw, and it will not take damage if your main objective is to push it away or push you away.
I'm trying to see if the geyser would get me unrestrained.
I would allow it. It just wouldn't, because when you do that, if you aim it at a creature, it normally takes damage and falls prone. But I will say it will make the strength saving throw, and then you will be unrestrained if it fails.
Okay.
That work?
Never mind then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to get out of its grasp.
Okay,
with
I'd
an
say
athletics check.
strength or acrobatics, athletics to break out of it.
Okay. What's the bardic inspiration?
D6.
D6. Okay.
Don't fuck up.
21.
21. You break free, so you are next to it, but you are no longer restrained. But I will say that will be your action to do so.
Right.
But you do have bonus action.
Then I am going to give myself a shield of faith.
Shield of Faith, that's +2 to your AC, right?
Yes.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Primrose, what are you doing?
I'll look to my compatriots and say, if one of you could jam a piece of metal in this thing, I could get some work done. I don't know if I can myself. But for now, I'm just going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers. What do I need to roll for that?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. That is a 9.
That's going to fail.
Alright, what
So,
happens to it?
3d6 and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me. It doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. And that's all it says. So, it's got to move away.
Immediately move away? Okay.
Yeah, immediately uses its reaction to
5,
run.
10, 15, 20. Ends up about there.
Also going to take 13 psychic damage.
13 psychic damage. Nice. Okay.
Bonus action. I will continue to inspire Brenin here since he is looking a little worse for wear.
Sounds about right. All right. It is the worm's turn. So is it frightened of you, or does it just run away?
It just runs away.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
believe it's. Yeah.
It does not have the frightened condition. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So this thing is going to go unimpeded by the slick, sticky stuff, is going to go after a mule that seems a little bit less defended. 5, 10, 15, 20 towards the orc woman, who does not seem to be wearing as much armor. And it is going to first bite at Athena. So that is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, let me roll for damage on that. It is 6 piercing and 5 slashing for 5 acid for a total of 11. And the second attack is a 10.
No.
Just barely misses you as it coils out and tries to restrain you in the same way as it did Brenin. Gonna see if it gets its light back. Nope, does not. Alrighty. Following that, this creature is shrieking "Rah!" out its weird little cries. We go to Odavius.
So I did another little guiding bolt at the person.
Another good guiding bolt. Go ahead, roll that spell attack.
Indeed. 21.
21. That is a hit.
$19 points.
19 points. I gotta do math. Fuck. That's why I hate combat. I can't do math. All right. Any
Reverse math.
reverse math. What else would you like to do, Odavius?
Bonus action. Healing word to my good friend.
Healing
Brenin.
word. I'm going to be a bugaboo. And I'm going to say, since you already casted a leveled spell, the only spell you can cast is an action. Or is a cantrip. Them's the rules. Unfortunately.
Even if it says it's a bonus action?
Even if it says it's a bonus action. The rules are stated.
Bitch.
Yeah, it's you choose one or the other. It's one of those rules. You choose a cantrip or a spell.
Well, I guess I'm done, boys.
Sorry, bud. All right. Auran, what are you doing?
How's this thing looking?
This thing, I mean, it's got quite a few bumps and bruises on it so far. It's still, I was going to say standing, but wriggling would be more the precise term. Looking pretty okay so far.
I'm going to leave my body.
Okay. Woof, out into your form. We'll say this is your body over here, and we'll say the dice is still you. Body
Can I
just
not?
slumps down.
Can I not be over there? Can we switch those? So I want to be 5 feet. There you go.
Occupying similar space.
I am going to use one of my Doom abilities.
Doom?
Only when I'm in my phantom form. So I'm going to do Tormenting Bellow. So I unleash an ear-piercing scream that strikes fear into my enemies. Each enemy creature within a certain amount of feet, in this case it's going to be 5 feet. I need a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. That is a 9.
Get fucked, mate. So those creatures are stunned until the end of my next turn.
Stunned?
Yes.
Oh,
Which is not the auto crit. Paralyzed is the auto crit.
Are we just going to brush past the fact that I'm now tied to dead weight?
You are.
Just
The dead
slumped.
body.
Auran's always been dead. What are you talking about?
Auran quite
Alright.
literally is the dead weight of the party.
Uh,
Oh. Alright. Brenin, it is now your turn.
Okay. Stun target. Advantage. Well,
Yes, it
you'll
still
have
has
it in
advantage.
anyway. No, I'm gonna be safe. I am going to go into my pocket and grab the emblem, the bulwark that we have at all times, and focus on it and disperse my conviction of the law to my uh, teammates here in my oath of channel divinity. Watcher's will.
Watcher's will. What does that do?
So myself, Primrose, and Auran will have an advantage on intelligence, charisma, and wisdom saving throws for the next minute.
Nice. Not Odavius here.
Odavius seems fine on wisdom saving throws right now.
Okay, this is charisma saving throw. Or wisdom, sorry. Wisdom saving throw.
It covers all intelligence, wisdom,
Gotcha.
and charisma.
I see. Okay, sounds good. All right. Anything else for you, Brenin?
I will take my potion of healing.
Potion of healing bonus action. Sounds good. Primrose, you're up.
Oh boy. Man, what do I do here? So Auran has left his body and is doing stuff.
There is still advantage on the creature if you make an attack.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Well, he's stunned, so you get that anyway.
Yeah, I just don't make a lot of attacks.
It also automatically fails strength and dex saves. So people know.
Yeah, as done condition.
Okay. But it doesn't, okay. It takes a bonus action to prepare an action, correct?
No, just preparing an
Okay.
action is just an action.
It's
So I can use
technically your reaction.
It's
Yes,
my reaction.
Reaction, yeah.
But I can use my bonus action, and then, okay. I'm going to bonus action use my telekinetic shove.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can try and telekinetically shove one creature you can see within 30 feet. I think I'm within 30 feet, but if not, I can get closer. Makes a strength saving throw or is moved 5 feet towards or away from me.
Okay.
I will move him away from me.
Okay, so he automatically fails that and is moved
Sweet.
5 feet.
I'm just
Do
going
they
to try
have
and
to be
keep...
a certain size?
No, I was reading that last round. It doesn't say, so...
Cool.
I will then...
Does that give an opportunity attack to Auran or not?
No,
It's
it
a
is
force.
forced movement.
Oh,
It's stunned until the end of your next turn, Auran, so I'm going to prepare a Dissonant Whispers.
What is this ability again?
Telekinetic or telekinesis. It's the same one that gives me the invisible mage hand.
That's your feat, right? That you got
Yes.
level 4?
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
see.
a feat.
Okay. I thought you were casting the telekinesis spell, which is 5th level, and I was
Yeah.
like, what?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Then I think I'm just gonna want to try and keep this guy far away from us, like keep pushing him back. So I will prepare a Dissonant Whispers, and the triggering condition will be either if the creature tries to move, or we'll say the end of Auran's turn, because he's the one that afterwards that gets stunned.
Okay. So the spell is cast. Make sure you mark off that spell slot.
Yes.
And say you're holding it until when again?
Either the creature attempts to move, or it's no longer stunned.
Okay. Sounds good. It comes to its turn. Orin, you might have said, is it free of the stun?
End of my turn.
End of your turn. Okay. So it can't do shit. So it stays stunned.
Quick note about the Dissonant Whispers. I'll prep it at 2nd level.
Okay, sounds good. Odavius.
I'm gonna take out a dagger,
Okay.
and as I throw it, I'm gonna yell to Prim, "Metal!"
All right. Roll your range attack
Advantage.
with advantage.
Hell
Action.
yeah!
Hold on.
The guiding bolt is still up, I think.
He's stunned.
It is stunned. You're right.
Oh, it's
Shit.
also still stunned, yeah.
Yeah. Guiding, but I think
Ooh.
guiding bolt only before the end of
That-
your next turn. Wow. Wonderful. Nice.
So the first roll was a 4.
Uh-huh.
Second one was a natural 20.
Natural 20. Hell yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of natural 20s for the combat.
We need it.
So
Right?
Yeah, I almost died.
Brennan almost got one-shotted.
Mm-hmm.
2
kind of.
shots.
it's 3 points of damage, but I assume the dagger sticks in.
Yep. Dagger sticks in, kind of.
All right, and then since I didn't do a spell, bonus action, healing word
Nice.
to
There you go.
Brenin.
Good.
Brenin, you get 5 HP back.
Uh,
Nice. All right. Auran, it is no longer stunned, correct?
At the end of my turn.
End of your turn. Okay.
Oh boy. How's it looking?
Not too much different. The only real damage that it took at this point was the dagger. So hasn't really taken much damage beyond that.
Nice. We're doing so
And
well.
my guiding bolts.
No, this was even after he asked.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I forgot to double the dice damage on that, and I only have a +1.
So I'm going to
4 damage then instead of 3.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Auran, go ahead.
So I'm going to kind of pull out of my cloak my +1 longsword. I'm going to raise it over my head and fly forward and slash at it. I'm going to float in the air like 5 feet because it's pretty big.
Yeah, we'll say 5
Wrong
feet.
thing.
no, it's all right.
That's right. The dice is
Body
one.
is the
Oh,
dead
sorry.
thing. Yeah. We'll say
No,
5 feet.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. Advantage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's go. Rolled the same thing on both, but that's a 20 dirty.
That'll do it. Nice.
Okay.
It's a slutty 20.
That's a slutty 20, my best.
How much damage?
That is 12 points of the slashing variety.
12 points of the slashing variety. All right.
That is it.
All right. Brenin, it is your turn.
I
It's
do
no longer
think
stunned.
it's no longer stunned, and so the Dissonant Whispers will go off.
Yep, sounds good.
So Wisdom save.
Shit. I got to make the save. For some reason, I
Yeah.
thought you were doing it. That is a dirty 20. A
That'll
filthy 20.
succeed. So 12 half to 6 psychic damage, and it stays where it's at.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And Brenin, we're up to you.
Okay. I currently can't move much closer because
Yep.
I'm attached to Primrose, correct?
Yeah, so we said about 10 feet, so you'd be able to get about there.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping this thing continues to not be very wise. I'm going to. Oh wait, no. Never mind.
What you
I
doing?
don't know what to do.
What you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna drop Shield of Faith and switch over to Bless.
Bless. Okay. I believe. How many targets can you hit with that?
3 at level 1. So myself, Odavius, and Auran.
Boop, boop, boop. Right there. Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
That's
Everybody
a
gets a D4 to their attacks.
D4. Perfect.
And is it ability checks or saving throws?
I think it's saving.
Saving throws.
All right. Anything else for you, Brenin?
No.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Fuck. God damn it.
What?
Oh, we can cut this out. I just need... So apparently the cat we found is the next door neighbor's cat, and they have it free roaming. So I essentially just kidnapped a cat.
Nice.
Set them free.
Hey, that's their fault for
God.
letting the
Molly's
cat
already
around.
taking care of it. It's fine. My goodness. What a day.
The day.
Oh, Lord. All right. Sorry.
So they knock on your door or what?
Yeah, they just apparently Molly just said they came by and were like, "Hey, have you seen our cat? We can let it free roam. Like they have like a apparently it has a chip or something that it can free roam in their yard and just fine." But
have it on their tag. Like have something
yeah,
on it.
man,
Let people know.
this is a PSA. This is our Bob Barker PSA. Tag your pets, friends. Fuck's sake. Oh, Lord. Anyways, sorry. Primrose.
My turn now?
Yes, unless
Cool.
Brendan had anything else.
Nope.
Brenin already has an inspiration, right? Still
Yes.
hasn't used that. There's a dagger sticking in this thing.
There is a dagger sticking in this thing.
Indeed.
Sweet, that dagger's made of metal.
That you can assume.
I'm going to cast heat metal on that dagger.
Oh, it's actually made out of carbon fiber, sorry.
Wow.
Them carbon
I'm
fiber
gonna cast-
daggers.
I'm going to cast heat carbon fiber. I
Oh,
took
shit.
that
Okay,
spell
all right.
too.
There we go. All right. What needs to happen for that?
It doesn't make a save or anything. It just says any creature in physical contact takes 2d8 fire when I cast it, and then I can use a bonus action on subsequent turns to keep it taking that damage. If it's holding or wearing it, it must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Interesting. All right.
So no, it doesn't make a save since I don't know if it can drop something that's embedded in it.
I would say the Constitution save would be it like
get it
writhing and trying to slough it off.
Sure. But no matter what, it's going to take 2d8 fire.
Yep.
Which is the 16. Sure.
16, and it rolled a 6 on Constitution save. Did not roll
Sure.
very well.
So I'll be maintaining concentration on heat metal.
Nice. All right.
And then bonus action. Let's inspire Auran since he's up close and personal.
Okay. Sounds good. It is its turn.
And then, real
Oh,
quick, I'll ask Brenin, do you want me to move closer?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll move to like right next to Brenin on his left, I'll say.
Okay.
And it's is it still difficult terrain?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so to his left, right to Brennan's left, should be 20 feet of movement. So it should be
You gotta use the coordinates.
Coordinates, cardinal directions.
west.
West.
Sorry. So I was 2 spaces west directly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 1 space north of him.
Boop.
And then right next to him. Yeah.
There
So
we
that
go.
should be 20 feet.
All right.
And
Yep,
then I
it
can
hit
let
5,
him
10.
get within range.
Yep, he can reach there.
Cool.
All righty.
That's it.
Worm's turn. It's gonna. Huh.
What? What, punk?
Interesting point of order. It does not see. It does not have eyes. It has tremor sense.
So
it
does he do tremors?
currently
does he-
cannot
does he
sense the floating ghost in front of him, but he's
Get
going
fucked,
to go
mate.
There's
5.
just a dead body right in front of.
10,
No,
but it's
no,
not
I like that body.
moving.
Leave it alone.
It's not moving, so he's going to go actually towards the person that just moved and attack Primrose there.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Going to go for a bite attack. That is a 12.
Oh, that misses. I'm surprised.
All right, now it's going to go for a coil attack. That is fucking rolls 11.
That one also misses.
As it just... Oh, shit. I didn't even roll those with disadvantage, but fuck it.
Oh yeah.
First attack, natural 1. Second attack was a 15, but disadvantage. Fuck. So, it just, like, bites, and the thing of hot metal just rise around it and just misses you completely as it tries to scoop you up and ends up just biting a bunch of rock. All right. After that, see if it gets back its light. It does. It does. Okay. So it has its light back, just so you know. All right. Odavius, your turn.
So I'm first going to move north a couple spaces, staying within the confines of my dead weight.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to get about there.
And then I will, I'm going to toss another guiding bolt, but this time I'm going to do level 2.
Level 2 guiding bolt. Send it.
Indeed.
You have a D4.
You do have a D4 on this attack roll.
To the attack, okay. Yes, please. Oh, beautiful. So that'd be 17 to hit.
17, that'll hit.
Perfect. $17 points damage.
Nice. Perfect. Alrighty. Anything else for you, Odavius?
Can I untie the rope? It is a bonus action.
I'll say a
would that
bonus
be
action, yeah. Zoop.
Yeah,
Zoop it
I'm
off.
just gonna untie the rope so I'm not dead weight, stuck to a dead weight.
Alright, sounds good. Alright. Auran, what are you doing?
Well, since it can't opportunity attack me, I'll just float back like 10 feet. We'll go north.
5, 10.
And then I'm going to shoot it with Grim Harvest.
Alright, shoot it with a Grim Harvest.
Advantage and a D4.
Mm-hmm. All that good stuff.
That advantage was needed, so that was a 2, and that's another 2. And I also have Inspiration.
Oh?
Can you inspire on an attack?
On an attack roll, yes.
I think it's any
Okay.
roll.
All but damage, I believe.
All but damage, yeah.
With a 9 from my assistants, plus a 2, 11.
11. That still fails, unfortunately. Misses.
Damn it. Well, it's the best I can do.
Did
Does
that
that
use up the
drop?
guiding bolt,
Yeah.
What
or
was
does
that?
it have to hit? Does
The
it
advantage
say-
that we get from the guiding bolt,
Does it say on the spell? The next attack that hits or the next attack roll?
it says make a range the next attack roll made against.
So I would say it's probably used up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yeah, the next attack roll. Yep, doesn't matter if it's successful or not. Sorry.
Rip.
Rip in pepperoni.
That's it.
Yep. Okay, all right. We go to Brenin. Right next to you now.
I will take a swipe at it with my battle axe.
Go for it.
Uh, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 8 points of damage.
Nice. Alrighty. Anything else, Brennan?
That'll be it.
Cool. All right, Primrose, you're up next.
Alrighty, I want to do something a bit silly, which is not new for me, but I want to try it. So, having seen that this thing seems to be sensing stuff through tremors, and the like,
Okay.
with the boots that I was gifted of striding and springing,
Mm-hmm.
can I, as my action, like leap around and dance around this creature, staying within its like attack range, but like just hopping from point to point. Obviously it's difficult terrain, but if I use my action to like dash and like circle around this thing, can I attempt to do some kind of performance to confuse it as to where I am?
Point of order, your speed is not reduced. Oh wait, no, sorry, reading that wrong.
It is
Yeah.
reduced by difficult terrain. Just I can
Okay.
wear heavy shit.
Gotcha. So you're trying to just distract it?
Yeah, and I can jump 3 times the normal distance, so I can like jump from point to point and like
You're
trying
tied
to
to Brenin.
You are.
ah shit.
Yeah, you are still tied to him, unfortunately.
And that's a bonus action to. Hmm.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, I still want to do this.
Well, you
'Cause
can undo yourself as an action.
Yeah. I won't go as far, but I can undo myself as an action and then do that. I can jump 3 times my normal distance.
Okay, hold on. So you're trying to as an bonus action to move around?
I want to action untie myself
Uh-huh.
and then movement to bounce around. Because I want to say my bonus action for the heat
do
metal.
Oh, that's right.
I'll say you can use your movement for free as you move around, whether or not that confuses it or not.
Say, because to do the performance, it has to be an action.
I will tell you that since it does have tremor sense, just to give you an idea of what tremor sense is, I'll just read it. One sec.
It always knows where you are.
Yeah. So where is that? There it is.
I was going to try and make it think that there was more things around it than there actually was.
So, a creature with tremor sense is sensitive to vibrations in the ground and can automatically pinpoint the location of anything that is in contact with the ground.
Okay.
So, it knows where you are. It will not get confused by you moving around a lot.
Then that'll change things.
Yeah. So, you can stay tied up if you want, or you can untie yourself as a bonus action either way.
We'll start by heat meddling then. Bonus action to do the 2d8.
Okay, I'll roll Constitution.
13 damage.
13 damage. Whoop, fuck, dice. That is a 17 for the Constitution
so the
save.
Dagger will fall out, I imagine.
13 damage, you said?
Yes, 13.
Okay, sounds good.
Is this guy looking worse for wear now?
Yes,
Done some heavy damage?
looking pretty darn bad at this point.
All right, I'll try and just make things a little bit easier on us. As my action, I will cast Sleep in a radius where it'll only hit him, and just try and put it to sleep so he can gang up on it.
Okay, sounds good. Roll your
D8.
D8 stuff.
If it's undead, it is not affected.
It is not undead.
If it's immune to being charmed, it isn't affected.
It is immune to being charmed.
So then it won't work.
So, boop, sleep spell, nope.
Okay.
Sorry, friend.
Good to know.
Alrighty. It is now the worm's turn. The worm is going to take an action and set up a light again. And it's going to put it right there. And everything within 22... Yep, all of you that can see the light, I need a wisdom saving throw. Even though you've already saved against it before. You do have advantage.
Yeah. Auran and Primrose have advantage, and then Odavius and Auran have a D4.
Yes.
So was it a one time?
We'll start with Auran.
Was that a one time thing, the D4?
No, it is concentration.
It's for a minute.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, for a minute.
That, with all those things, is a 22.
Nice. Let's go to Odavius.
That makes it a dirty 20 for you, boy.
Nice. Primrose.
15.
Okay, and Brenin.
23.
All right.
Golly.
You all save against this light. It is still going to go ahead and attack once on Primrose.
Yeet.
Didn't you say that was an action?
Oh shit, you're right. Sorry. Brain. Nope, it will not do anything. It's going to sit there and probably die next turn. Odavius.
I'm gonna pump another guiding bolt. Let's see. I do level 2. No.
Pump a
I'm
guiding bolt.
gonna do level 1 guiding bolt.
With a D4.
Oh, right. 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Give me the damage.
Perfect. 12 damage.
12 damage. How would you like to kill this thing?
I would like the bolt of energy to zip right into the dagger spot, and the creature kind of like it's getting shocked electrically and just crumple to the ground.
All right. As it just crumples and writhes and kind of... You all hear echoing through the cavern a voice. And it goes, "No! My pretty! My precious!" As it echoes all around you. I'll get rid of this... And that. There we go. How dare you, ruffians!
Do we have a pinpoint?
No, it
on-
is. You're in a fairly large chasm, or cavern, so it is like echoing all around you.
Can I do a divine sense? 60 feet, celestial fiend undead.
It does. How far does that go? 30 feet?
60.
60? You do not sense any undead celestial fiends.
Okay.
Who are you?
I am the one who controls these caves. I am the Lord of the Worms.
Come out and show yourself.
I shall not show myself to one such as you. I am beyond your comprehension.
Oh, somebody's scared.
So the worm came out of a burrow above us.
Yep.
Can I look up?
Look up. Make a perception check, we'll say.
Perception. I'll use my inspiration. 21.
21? You don't see anything up there.
Darn it.
Always with the tunneling and coming forward. You shall respect the power that I have been granted and the power that I yield.
Hey, man, we're just trying to prevent people from dying.
They should die. It is their way. More food for the worms.
I don't think so.
We can either talk this out, or we can continue on with what we're doing, and your poor precious worms will keep going kaput.
There shall be no talking. I will fight you in my deepest, darkest lair, if you are brave enough to come find me.
Can you give us a direction?
The path will be shown to you. All things are shown to me.
I'm gonna shoot a message into Brennan's brain, being like, do you want to take this back above ground and let people know exactly what's happening?
Absolutely, we need a rest anyway.
I'll then relay messages to Odavius and Auran, being like, let's take a pit stop back up above ground and let people know exactly what's going on. This King of the Worms thing. And then I'll just slowly start to... I'm still tied to Brenin, I believe, so start to back
We'll
up.
slowly back up.
You shall know true power. And I'd like dexterity saving throws from all of you.
Great. Has the minute passed?
We'll say no.
Okay, then Odavius and Auran have a D4.
Oh, 23.
Nice.
So are you still out of your
18.
body?
I am.
Don't know if it matters.
Let's go in order. Auran,
It
23.
kind of matters.
Let's go to Brenin.
Natural 20 minus 1 plus 2, so 21.
21. Odavius.
18.
18. And Primrose.
15.
15. Primrose, you fail. What
Damn.
happens next is you feel a shudder of the earth, and you feel a collapse beginning to happen beneath you as the ground just breaks underneath you. Primrose, you fall. And begin
I
to
am
fall.
tied.
I catch her.
I am tied.
I'm
I
gonna
am
say
you're
make
tied.
a strength, make
Strength saving throw.
I'll say make another strength saving throw.
All right. Another nat
Roll
20.
trick worked
Swear to
out.
God.
Let's go.
Nat 20, all right. As
So
you
that's
just suddenly
28, if it matters.
Primrose, I will say you do still take a d6 of damage from bashing against the side of the wall of the thing that's left, so that's 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
As you all leap back and see this hole, and you see beneath the hole there is a worm digging its way around and crushing the rock and moving it all around. You will heed my commands. I am Korgeth, the Lord of Worms.
Forgive.
Gorgus, Lord of Worms.
Yeah, we're gonna book it a lot faster now.
Yeah.
You...
I'm going to pick up my car.
Whoop. What did we say? Was it a Ford F-150?
Yeah, it was the Ford F-150.
There
I'm
we
going to
go.
drive that bitch out.
All right. As you begin running out, this is going to be a couple skill challenge things as you are now being hunted down. First things first, let's do some dexterity saving throws.
I'm guessing no longer with Bless.
Nope.
Fair enough.
6.
6. Oof. Brenin.
16.
11.
Primrose.
It's 16 from me.
Brenin, what is it?
11.
11. And Odavius.
13.
13. So, Primrose, what was yours again? Sorry.
16.
Auran and Brenin, you see from the side, you see some words dive down and spit some of their goop at you, and you are currently restrained. And your other friends are 10 feet away from you as well, caught by the ropes that you've tied to each other.
I untied mine.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So, Odavius, you're free to run if you'd like. Primrose, however, you're attached, and you are feeling the ground rumble underneath you again.
Okay, restrained by the goop.
I'll
I
say
don't
you
know.
have an action to do something each.
I am going to if you want to help me, I can do it. I can try to do an athletics check.
Would yanking with a telekinetic thing do anything to help? It would just move you 5 feet closer to me.
I'd say that'd be a help action.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
Advantage.
Double 16s for 22.
Save. Auran, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'll use my longsword to kind of try to cut the shit away from my legs to run.
I'll say, let me look at this stuff again. I'll say if you want to do that, your sword has a chance of getting stuck without you.
Fuck no. I'll just try to rip free.
Okay.
I paid a lot of money for this +1 longsword.
All right.
I'm not
I'll
losing
say
it.
make an athletics check.
Let me check my inventory really quick. I do have a spear. Would using a weapon at all help me? Would it lower DC or anything, or is it that?
I would say it doesn't specifically say anything about like cutting it in the thing. So my thinking is that it has a certain damage threshold that you would need to meet in order to break it.
Right,
So
I'll try to rip free.
all right, athletics. 6. You are stuck there. All right. After this, with your action, Odavius, are you doing anything?
I don't know if there's anything I can do at the moment.
Can you pull me out of here?
Not very strong. I'll run back to Auran and say, "Sorry, buddy." Tap him on the shoulder, give him guidance, and then run.
That'd have been helpful about 3 seconds ago.
All right. Round
In
rumbling.
my defense, I was running and you got stuck behind me. I didn't see it.
I need strength saving throws from everyone. Auran, you automatically failed as you are restrained.
I'm gonna roll anyway. Fuck you, Zach.
All right. Brenin.
7.
Oh, no. Odavius.
3.
Oh,
God.
geez. Didn't matter that Auran was stuck. Primrose.
9.
All right. You all have the ground break out from under you, and you all fall about 20 or 30 so feet. We'll say 20. I'll be nice. And you all take 8 points of damage as the ground just... and you see a worm beginning to move past. And you hear the voice. Oh, I was granted this power, and it shall be mine to use as I choose, for that is my fate as Korgesh, the Lord of Worms.
I'm sorry, did you say Horkesh?
Korgesh.
Horkesh? I'm
Enough.
toying with him. Like,
All right. Is the next we decide what happens next?
So this will be sorry, let me think through things. So you
Yeah.
have 20 feet to climb up.
Mm.
I'll tell you that you are feeling more rumbling beginning to happen. So I'm going to say you guys may take a action here before the next rumbling thing happens in order to get out of here or plan your way out.
Auran, you have a grappling hook, right? You two take that. I'll lift up Primrose.
I think I can leap.
Why don't you try first?
I will try first. Can I try with my boots?
So you have 3 times the normal jump distance. Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. Why do I always gotta look up jumping rules with you guys?
We like
Only
to
you
jump.
guys, I swear. Alright, fucking jump. All right. So high jump is 3 number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier, which would be what?
Modifier or
Modifier specifically.
Modifier.
-1.
-1. So it is 2. So
2
you can
times
jump
3.
2
I can
feet.
do 6 feet.
You can jump
I can
6
jump-
feet into the air.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try it and do it in one bound, but I'd like to do basically climbing. You know how they do like the American Ninja Warrior spider climb? They bounce back and forth between stuff.
I would
I'd
say
like to-
there's not enough of a gap for you to do that. It is pretty
All right.
clean wall. The worm kind of crushed away any
Oh, so we're
Anything
not able
close.
to climb just off the wall?
you wouldn't you would be able to climb. You wouldn't be able to like jump back and forth between there's no
Okay.
like small little section.
Can I
that
do
you
like pull myself up and then leap and then pull myself up like vaulting upwards kind of thing?
that I'd say give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Cool. I will do acrobatics. That is a 22.
22, I'll say easy enough. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'll say with that, you get up to the top and over.
Okay. And then I'll try and anchor to help whoever I can.
Okay, so what's going to happen next? That was the action of Primrose. Who's going next? Primrose is now
Brenin.
up there to assist.
Brennan, are you climbing?
Oh, I'm climbing.
You want to go next?
Sure. Do you want me to take anybody with me?
No, because did you give your grappling gun to Odavius?
I thought we had 2 between our group.
I have one.
Okay.
I have the other.
All right. I'll give my grappling hook to Odavius.
Whoop, toss it over.
And then with my gloves of swimming and climbing, I will climb 30 feet because my climbing does not cost extra movement.
All right, you just up, no problem, no roll. Nice. All right. So with the grappling hook, I'm going to need some ranged attacks to see if you attach yourself to anything specific. The AC
Specifically,
for this...
Primrose's neck.
I was about
Yes.
to say, shoot me if you must.
All right.
What
Auran.
Ranged. What do I use for that?
Yeah.
Oh no, Auran. All right. Odavius.
What is ranged?
So it'll be plus your dex.
Plus dex. 18.
Dex plus proficiency.
No
Wouldn't it be?
proficiency
No proficiency. Okay.
because you're not proficient with grappling hooks.
18.
18. Odavius, you're able to lock it and can climb up, but you do notice that Auran shot wide and it just shoot around the rope with it off somewhere into the distance of the cave.
Fuck.
What, do I lose it?
You lose the rope and the hook. You don't lose the gun. Because these were from Winder, so they were like powered so that you could launch it.
Climb! And I'm going to start climbing the rope.
Okay, all right. You go climb. Auran,
It's
I
funny,
will
my
say-
lost cause.
I like Athena.
you see coming towards you a white worm with large grasping teeth and moving towards you. It is different from the other ones. It doesn't seem to be covered in that slime sticky substance, but it is just like opening its orifices. I don't want to say that either. Mouth thing and just slowly moving towards you. I'll say this. Let's roll initiative, Auran, you and I. And let's see who goes first.
I roll the skull or do I roll a normal dice?
Roll,
Let's go.
roll what you like. What is it?
13.
13? I rolled a 6. So
Okay.
I will say you have a chance to have your actions and things before this worm has its action. So what would you like to do? So you get a full
Well-
turn. So action, bonus action.
My
Move
get out of jail free card didn't work out.
Well, you do
grappling
have a get out of jail free card, but you like this body, so.
I do. I like Athena.
You also like all the things on this body, like
They
the
come with me.
+1 sword.
They'll
They come
with
with.
me.
Yep.
Oh, they come with you? Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a special thing.
We would just need to find you another body.
No.
Primrose might have a brother
Should
you
we
can
all
use.
roll initiative?
Yeah, can they
if
help
we
me?
are looking to assist.
I will say you may assist him with whatever actions he chooses to take, but I will say you're not allowed. You are getting up on the thing. So if he does something, you can help him, but there's no actions that you can take currently. As this is like very spur of the moment of like he's got to do something or he's gonna get munched.
I'm gonna. Are there cracks in the wall? I mean, you know, it said it's kind of smoothed out, but it's not like a flat.
No.
Completely.
There are like crevices and things. There's just no parts that are like a hallway or like a door space where you can like squeeze yourself in.
I'd like to run up the wall, like kind of like, you know, running jump, and then reach up with my spear. I'm gonna slam it into the wall to like hang off of it, so I'm not directly in the worm's way, to at least get as far as I can upward.
I'll say make an athletics check. For
Can
me.
I assist with this in a way?
Sure.
Because you can voluntarily fail this. Can I stand right above Auran and then telekinetically pull him 5 feet towards me?
Sure. I'll say he'll get a little boost to the jump. What was your athletics roll?
I have not rolled it yet. I was waiting to see what you
We'll
wanted
get
to do with that.
All right.
12.
12. I'll say with the help from Primrose, you're able to get a pretty decent distance up and slam your spear into the wall and kind of like push yourself up against the wall. But the worm continues munching its way towards you, and you see it stop. And you see from the mouth of the worm steps out a hooded black figure. There appear to be worms falling from its face onto its chest and robes. And it just looks up. I have things to show you. And it is going to cast command on Auran. And it is going to say, let go.
That's not one of the commands you can do.
Give me a wisdom save, sir.
You have a guidance. I don't know if that works on save though.
Bloody
No, it
20.
doesn't.
Bloody 20. That
Bloody
is a
20.
pass. At this point, we are going to everyone else roll initiative. We'll keep the current initiatives that we had. All right, 25 to 20.
20.
Alrighty. Auran, what was yours again?
13, I think.
13, sure. All right, 20 to 15.
19.
17.
All right. Odavius and Brenin. And then Auran. Okay. As this being reveals themselves, the Lord of Worms, Primrose, you're up first.
I don't like going first. Uh-oh. How high up is...
You are 20 feet up. He is on the ground below. So it's about distance of 20-ish feet.
How high is Auran up with his spear?
I'll say with a 12 and your help, he got about 15 feet up.
Can I use my telekinetic pull to pull him the last 5 feet up?
Auran, do you want that to happen?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say you will be able to, Auran, you just feel a light whoop from your butt up, shoo, and then we'll say Primrose just like grabs you and pulls you over to the other side.
Was
Thank you,
I
man.
able to climb up the rope all the way?
Yes, you were. You're up with them.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right, we good to go? Shall we go? Shall we go? Shall we go? All right, I'm gonna. Because I think Brenin and I are we still tied together, or did that end?
I
Well,
believe
don't-
you would have untied each other because to get up the wall, you would
Okay.
have gone different times.
So if I'm looking around and everyone's good to go, I'm gonna start dashing.
You're
What a
yep,
boy.
dashing. Choom. After this, Odavius, what are you doing? Worm Boy is sitting looking up at you. You don't see inside of his cloak, but you see the
Would you
worms
say-
continuously spilling out.
Humanoid shape? Yes. No.
Yes, humanoid shape. You just can't see anything beyond the hood and the worms.
I'm gonna cast hold person.
Whole person. Okay. Yeah. All right. Wisdom save, right?
Yes. Wait.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Yes. Wisdom save.
Wow, that's a natural 1.
Ooh, fail.
God damn. All right, he is paralyzed.
Oh, I
I
so
have-
want to dive down and divine smite his ass.
I have him held.
All right. After that, Odavius, Brenin, what are you doing? He is paralyzed. You see him.
Primrose is 60 feet away, and I
Yep.
don't know if to turn back around. Oh,
Brenin.
We at
There's-
least know that this works next time. I'm gonna flee. I'm gonna dash.
There's a big red button there, Brenin.
Don't you dare tempt me right
we've
now.
already
There's-
pushed
I
enough
will
red buttons.
dive down on this
Come
motherfucker.
on. Fuck.
There's a big red button, Brenin, but okay.
You know how many of those we've pushed already?
Auran, what are you doing?
I have spells to spare, boy.
Just sprinting
gone.
out?
I do not.
All right.
Either.
Oda, would you have liked to moved with everyone else?
I suppose.
All right. We'll say
I'll
since
have
he
moved
is paralyzed.
60 feet before he's unparalyzed, because that's the range.
All right. What is your DC?
14.
14. He is unparalyzed after the first round.
My crit with a divine smite would not have been enough to really hurt this thing.
No,
I know that.
but it's still
It's still an automatic crit with a paladin.
you want to hit whenever you can crit.
You hear echoing through the cave still. You will return, and you will face me as your enemy. I am Korgesh, the Lord of Worms, and I have been given this power.
See you in a bit, Horgesh.
And you continue running out. Does not chase you. As you make your way out of the cave, you see miners still going about their things, but they see you rushing out, kind of covered in rock and dust and all that from the collapse. As you begin just sprinting out, like you see a bunch of them just go, whoa, 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 whoa. Was there a collapse? What happened? We heard rumbling.
I'm still just running.
You just sprint past the miners going. There's some bulwark
Say-
members, too.
Stay out of there.
A lot of worms. Do not go in.
Some bitch named Horgesh. Yep, we'll talk later. And are we going to Teeth, whatever the hell his name
All right. You hear workers,
Yeah.
is?
cease.
Zeeth, that is. Yeah.
Get out of there. Get everyone out. Pass it down. And you see them start pulling people out and moving as you just begin sprinting. Where are you headed?
Out
I
to the
I will say I don't run once we get out of the mine.
yeah. Once
I'll
we're
slow
out,
down. I once we get to the miners, I'm slowing down.
So what are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we dropping, boys?
Zeeth. I'm going to Zeeth.
Yeah, we'll go to Steve.
All
yeah.
across the Zeeth. All right. Kind of making your way at a less hurried pace at this point. You hear everyone, like, as you're passing by, like, did they say we're stopping? What's going on? Things are happening. and you get to where Zeeth is planted, and probably just burst open the door, and he's like, how did it go?
Lord of the Worms, controlling worms, saying everybody must die. I had him held, boys. I had him held.
You see him.
And then what?
That's a fair question. You see him look for a second, and then he just takes a moment to process the exact words you just said. Lord of the Worms?
Silently, I will. Minor illusion. First, the big worm we fought, like a miniature version of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then a miniature version of Wormy Man.
Wormy Man. Ugh. Did you hear anything from it? Like, besides the Lord of Worms stuff, like, did he do anything? Did you fight him?
Come in, we fight him as an enemy.
He seems.
But
to be able-
apparently, my friends needed to take a rest.
There's apparently he controls the creatures that were
He said he was given this power. Like something else bestowed it upon him.
Now that we have a name, I'd kind of like to go back on those records. Not that I think we'll find anything, but
I'll say for the sake, since it's been, a couple
Yeah.
hours, Korgesh, any like spelling or thought of that thing was not in any of the manifests you've read so far.
still not a bad name to bring up to the Bulwark to see if they know of it.
Yeah. Is he coming out right now? You didn't take care of him?
No, he's not coming out. He didn't seem to be chasing us.
We
But he
took
did
care
say
of
the
one of
next-
his pets.
Yeah, we took care of one of the pets, and it seems the next time we go in, we are destined to face him as enemies. So,
Well, this seems like a lot of bad things.
You don't say.
For
This-
now, keep everybody out. Everybody does not go in until
all
we
right,
can
that
figure out
that's
plan.
that's fair. All right, I'm sure you've already told everyone to get out and things. We'll stop mining. I'll pass along word to all the other, chiefs, captains, whatever you want to call us.
He also seemed very possessive of the mines in a way.
Well, unfortunately, he's got a lot who are staking claims here.
There are a lot of kings popping up for no fucking reason. King of the mountain, king of the worms, king of the north. Whatever.
I mean, I'm
the Lord
the
of the
Lord,
Worms.
yeah, if you want to be specific, but
Oh, great. They have a hierarchy.
well,
So king of the mountain bestowed this Lord of the worms his power.
I don't
not
know
really,
this
but
king of the
that's a
mountain,
theory.
but worms and mountains don't usually seem to get along. I don't know what this is. Okay, I will pass on the news. Is there anything that you guys can do at this moment? Are you gonna go back?
Rest.
We're gonna rest
and
and go back in.
plan.
Like I said, all rooms are comped. You each have your own rooms, plenty to go back to the tavern.
What time is it?
At this point, probably about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
I would still like to go back and visit the Bulwark to see if they recognize the name.
By all means. You see him look around, and then take out his ledger and kind of skim through it. I don't see a Korgesh in my books, at the very least. But feel free, have at it.
I don't necessarily expect to find anything, but cover your bases.
Yep, by all means. Well, enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. We'll keep an extra watch on the mine, see if any worms pop out. All right,
Sounds good.
dismissed.
Dismissed.
Are you all going to Bulwark area?
I'm gonna get a drink.
All right, you leave to go to the
I'll join them.
tavern. Auran does the same. Brenin and Primrose go into Bulwark.
Yep.
You get to the Bulwark. You see people are already like shuffling around, getting things done, putting people into their areas and making sure everyone's like shackled up if they need to be, or put into the right homes and things like that. You see the guards in front, different guards than the ones you had this morning. We were told about you. What's this about worms?
We have a name, and we want to run it by your ledgers just to make sure it isn't known by you.
By all means, go see Vanessa.
Thank
As
you.
you go in, see Vanessa sitting there. She's like, you see her like yelling, "Sit down, settle down," to all the prisoners that are in the cells in a very loud voice, commanding them and making sure that they don't take any chances in this time of chaos. She sees you come in, warms up a little bit from her usual harsh demeanor with the prisoners. You all. I assume you are behind all of this nonsense.
Unfortunately,
Of course.
Um,
What can I do to help you?
does the name Korgesh ring a bell?
Seer kind of take some time, look down, ponder. Not that I can think of. I went back over the books a little while ago just to see if there were any possible suspects, but Korgesh did not come up.
Did not necessarily think it would. Could be a pseudonym, could be someone completely unrelated.
Yeah,
But cover bases.
this Korgesh is behind what's going on here.
He calls himself the Lord of the Worms and controls these creatures that have been the cause of the attacks and the lights. Seems very possessive of the minds and can seem to cause cave-ins at will by controlling these worms.
Interesting.
Things are a bit more precarious than I think initially they seemed. It's not just one creature.
Yes, it seems we have a problem on our hands. Well, thank you for your help. If you need any assistance in dealing with this matter, let us know.
Thank you.
Would I be able to just quickly pace up and down the prison area and I guess just look to see if anybody looks familiar?
Make a excuse me. Make a perception check.
7.
7. No one really looks familiar.
Okay.
Nothing popping up. Everyone's moving about pretty quickly though, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Alright.
And then as we're leaving, I'll turn to Vanessa, be like, sorry we're causing all this extra work and trouble for you. Hopefully we can help smooth it out eventually, here soon.
Well, more people dying would have been even worse, so I'm glad we're at least getting down to the issues here.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. When, Vanessa, when this is all done, I may have a small favor to ask of you.
Of course. What can I do for you?
Just a name.
Yes?
Do you know of a person named Lotus? They're close to me is a way of putting it.
Name's not ringing any current bells? At least not any of the guards. If you think it's a prisoner, I'd have to check ledgers and things and sort that out.
I believe they were working in the mines. I'm not sure which side of things.
The name
Human male looks similar to her.
I'm afraid it doesn't bring anything to mind. I'm sorry to say.
How
No
many
worries.
other factions are employed with this mine?
Besides Malachi and the Empire, there's one that kind of goes together. So, the Empire has its own mining contingent. There's us, Malachi's, and then the conglomeration of other entities that wish to mine for metal and things.
Always the conglomerate.
Always got to keep it.
Damn city states.
No city-states this time.
What are your thoughts on Malachi?
I mean, I don't know him. I know his business runs very well, but seems fine. Does a lot of charitable work from time to time. Makes great things. Don't know him personally, so I can't give you a rundown of who he is.
Okay, thank you.
Give a small nod, and then back to the inn.
Back to the inn, all right?
Halfway to the tavern, I'm going to look at Auran. I'm like, crap! I don't have any money. Guess I can't drink after all.
I gave the rest of my money to you to buy whatever it was you were buying.
And I
so.
used up the rest of my money to buy this damn cloak.
2 waters.
Oh.
All right, as you walk in, have your space for the tavern set aside. You guys see Brenin and Primrose walk in. Soon after, probably like 30 minutes of you sipping your waters, enjoying.
I'll buy beers. I have cash.
All right.
I say I have a salty look on my face because I'm drinking water.
You have food and beer in front of you. We'll say
I
Primrose
know.
costs you 5 silver for everything.
The
Sweet.
first beer I take, I chug.
6 silver.
6 silver, sure, why not?
Okay,
And you're all at this table.
so between the 4 of us, we have the means to negate a lot of the effects of these worms. I have my channel divinity. We have a lot of bardic inspiration. We have bless. We have guidance. We have a lot of things to negate. What we don't seem to have a lot of is ways of dealing damage quickly.
If we can find any, we tried that trick, Odavius, with a dagger. If we can find something that latches in a little bit more firmly, it may hamper my ability to inspire you all, but I can dish out some damage consistently.
I'm gonna put the manacles on the table.
That would work.
If we're able to get him in place one more time, we can get these manacles on them, and there's no way that he's going to be able to break them on his own, or at least the being that he was inside the worm.
My fear is that we saw worms spew off his body if it's just entirely worms under that cloak.
If it was all worms, Odavius' spell would not have worked.
That's fair.
It has to be humanoid, meaning it has to be someone very similar to us. He might have received special abilities from something. I hope we can figure out what that is.
Auran,
But
you also had an ability to stun our opponent in place for a time.
I did, yes.
Do you think that would work on him?
Yes.
Okay,
Assuming
so
I am powerful enough to have it affect him.
we have a couple of
I have
chances.
I have 2 sets of manacles. I can keep one. Who would be willing to get up in person?
I have to concentrate on holding him still.
So it sounds like me and Auran.
I need to concentrate on the metal itself.
This vessel grows weak, though. I fear how long it would last in a direct confrontation, but I'll do what's needed.
Does your body not heal itself
It
after
does.
it's taken damage?
It does after I rest at my flame, but we'll do what's needed. It'll be all right.
Okay.
Can we heal you in other ways?
The normal means of healing the living are not quite as effective on me, i.e., 50% is what I actually heal. But you can't even heal my zombie body. So you can heal me as Ghost, but it'd only be 50% of what you
It's
get.
kind of like out of game. Is it kind of like a wild shape? The
Uh,
zombie body, where it's like once the zombie body goes down, you're ghost form, or is it all connected?
yeah. So yeah, once it hits 0, the zombie
Okay.
form crumbles. I don't take carryover damage. Like I think you do in
Okay.
wild shape, and then I come out.
Okay. Cool.
Does your body decay while you're using it?
A little bit, yeah. Like it definitely doesn't look the healthiest body, but also, I would think magically it adds a little bit more time to it, so I'm not walking around a literal zombie.
Yeah, it's more preserved than like just a zombie walking around.
Okay. I just didn't know if my gentle repose would help with that or not.
Auran, add manacles to your equipment.
I might also try and either find or craft. I doubt I can craft it overnight, but some like spear hooks that when they inject, they're very hard to pull out. Craft those on system arrows. See if that'll help. Don't know if we'll find anything like that, but
The thing with arrows, would you be able to target the arrowhead, the metal arrowhead, after it's embedded?
I was also hoping could maybe find completely metal arrows, but that might be hard to acquire on short notice, but something I'm looking for going forward.
I also have this decanter of endless water. We can do some interesting things with it. It has unlimited water. If potentially we can get a electrical source, we could deal some damage that way.
Or if it tries to make that slick surface again, sticky surface, we could clear it away.
I wasn't sure. I was attempting to try and learn that when I wasn't dying.
Well, I kind of looked down at myself. Am I still covered in sticky goo?
You are still pretty well covered in some sticky goop at this point.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say stream and just kind of douse Primrose in whatever goopy area
it does
is.
not wash away.
Okay, I'll light a torch and put a little bit of flame towards it. Does it harden?
It doesn't harden, but it does not like burn either.
Away.
Yeah, you don't light Primrose on fire.
Cool.
Stronger water.
Hit her with the hydro cannon.
In the middle of the tavern, just
Let's not do that here.
We can go outside. It's experiment time. We have the technology.
All right. As long as Primrose, you're willing.
Of course.
Okay. We'll go outside and test it, and I'll cast. I'll cast Fountain. Just douse even more water.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll cast say Geyser and point it at her. 30 gallons of water gushes forth in a 30-foot long and 1-foot wide stream.
Make a strength saving throw. I believe the DC is 13.
I'll try to be behind Primrose to catch her if she gets flown back.
0.
0. Wow. And I also believe you take a D4 bludgeoning damage. Is that correct?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage and you fall prone. But you still have some sticky things on you.
Did he take anything off?
Nope.
Well,
Pretty resistant stuff.
Can I peel it off at all?
You can peel against it and kind of pull it off, but it's still gummy in your hands.
I'm kind of imagining dried glue, but a little gummier.
Yeah. Think more
or glue cement. What is it called?
Rubber cement sort of thing more than anything. Yep.
Okay. I'll start peeling it away.
Yeah.
Then...
It definitely pulls some hairs off and kind of hurts a little bit.
I needed a good waxing.
You say free waxing? Let's go back.
Right? Hey, Lord of Worms, I have a great business opportunity for you.
For real, though.
Yeah.
For only 50% cut, we'll help you start it up.
Yeah, right?
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah, looks like the only way to bust out of this goo is just by brute force.
I mean, we have a strategy of some sort, at least.
Yes. I'll be able to cast another spell tomorrow that will allow me to protect someone from either abjuration, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. Not sure if the worms constitute for any of those. Maybe abjuration? Aberration?
The
It
worms
could.
did not pick up on any of your divine senses that you did.
Right. But aberrations are slightly different. Fae or elementals.
Right.
If you think it's worth the energy.
All
Is
right.
there anything else we want to prepare? We have a loose strategy, at least.
Can I go get a new hook and rope for my gun, please? How much would that cost?
We'll say most of the shops are closed at this point, so you can do that in the morning and
Okay.
kind of get that fashioned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
If
to bed.
anything- What was that?
I said I'm gonna go to bed in game.
If anything, we can maybe ask Vanessa for 2 more sets of manacles, just for each one of us to have, just to be safe.
I won't be able to do it.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, go to bed.
All right. You guys make your way up to your rooms. And as you settle down and rest for the night, Primrose, in the first 2 hours, 3 hours of you getting to sleep, you awaken to a hand over your mouth and a familiar voice saying, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And you open your eyes and see the face of your brother over top of you with his hand over your mouth. And we will end the session with that.
Wow.
I figured that super low perception roll I had was
Yep.
gonna come back.
Yep, there's some things. There's some things that are happening.
And
Yep.
we're level 5 now. Great.
You have not killed the Lord of Worms.
Damn you, Zachary.
But we killed a worm.
You killed a
We're too
worm.
weak.
I'm too weak.
Probably once you kill the Lord of Worms or deal with him, you'll get a level up.
Should I mark down a long rest or should we wait?
Wait for now.
Yeah.
And see what
I
happens
was
with
gonna
this
wait for
next
sure.
thing. So, all right. Thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Swing and a Crit Miss. If you liked it, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And we hope we'll see you next time. See ya.